Because life is fun. With
99.1 FM.
Good morning to you. Welcome to your morning newscast for today, Sunday, July 31st, 2022. My name is Joshua Van Slyckman. Thank you for joining us on 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Let's get to the news in details. Even as fears increase about the recession on the horizon for the American economy, Hess Corporation has assured potential investors and shareholders that it continues to be at safe bet since its 30% interest in Guyana's oil-rich Stabroek Block can weather any storm. Specifically making this known during his company's second quarter earnings call was CEO John Hess. With multiple phases of low-cost oil developments coming online in Guyana and given its robust inventory and high-return drilling locations in the Bakken, the CEO told shareholders that his company is set to deliver highly profitable production growth of more than 10% annually over the next 5 years. Guyanese across the miles have been complaining about the rising cost of living, struggling to make ends meet, and while oil companies operating in Guyana boast to the world of their multi-billion profits rake in over a 3-month period, one of the founding members of the civil society group Article 13, Dr. Yogma Hadio, on Saturday lamented the fact that both the government and opposition have publicly said that they will not renegotiate the oil contract. However, in the absence of key provisions such as ring fencing, he believes that the suffering of the Guyanese will only continue. The ring fencing provision is a key clause that is used in oil contracts, especially to avoid the operators from spending on projects and billing into a specific development. For instance, it would mean that ExxonMobil will not be allowed to expend resources on its third project, Payara, and withdraw its investment from the current producing Liza 1 field. Meanwhile, the controversial Chinese national and at the center of explosive Vice News' documentary series, along with Vice President Bharat Jagdeo, Su has amassed a significant portion of mineral-rich land onto the People's Progressive Party civic administration. Su, who unknowingly told undercover Vice News reporters posing as investors that bribing government official was a way to secure business in Guyana. He holds some 12,000 acres of precious stones and gold-rich lands under his name. This information is provided in the Guyana Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative documents. The Guyana Geology and Mines Commission records specifically that the naturalized Chinese national have 10 active mining permits in his name, and it covers some 12,000 acres of land that were issued on June 3, 2014, within the Northwest Region 1 and Kiuni Region 7. It is understood that the Chinese businessman, who has gone missing since the Vice News report, has thousands of acres more of mineral-rich lands under other names. The businessman also operates business within the fuel, construction, and logging industries. You're listening to us right here on Kaieteur Radio. More news after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Guyana is being sold to investors as a rich land with vast resources that are a birthright to the people of the country. yet the citizens are suffering to make ends meet. This was a picture drawn by a protester during the past week as the call for renegotiation of the 2016 production sharing agreement with ExxonMobil continued into the ninth week. He explained that he has joined the protest action to not only demand better value for the oil and gas resources, but also for a change of government, as he believes that the leaders of the country are not making decisions in the best interests of the people. On Monday, during his keynote address as part of the America's Center's Leaders of the America series, President Irfan Ali boasted about Guyana's mineral resources and encouraged the U.S. private sector to take advantage of the opportunities to invest. During an outreach held on Saturday at the Melanie Community Center ground on the east coast of Demerara, Housing and Water Minister Colin Crowell announced that plans are spaced to spend taxpayers' dollars amounting to $8 million to construct a water treatment plant at Bachelor's Adventure. The minister at the time of the announcement was part of a team of cabinet officials led by Prime Minister retired Brigadier Mark Phillips, which was conducting an outreach in the East Coast Demerara community. The water treatment plant, Crowell told residents, is estimated to cost some $1.6 billion Ghana dollars, which is equivalent to $8 million. He said that the government will open tender for the project on August 9, 2022. Finally, at this time, despite claims that there is no sugar shortage, the Bank of Guyana quarterly report has documented quite the opposite. A fall in production, but not only for sugar, but rice as well, two of the country's largest export commodities. According to the report, there were decreases in the production of rice and sugar by 53.1% and 47.7% respectively. The country's central bank noted that the substantial decline in rice production was attributed to the adverse effects of flooding in the previous year, which meant farmers were prevented from sowing all available lands for the first crop of 2022. When it comes to sugar, it was explained that 47.7% drop in production was a result of the halt on grinding at the Iflot Sugar Estate caused by mechanical issues. These challenges, the Bank of Guyana revealed, had a major impact on the country's total production as the estate was responsible for 25% of the output. And just before we wrap things up here this morning, let me turn my attention to the page 7 of the Kaieteur News that is dedicated to being blunt, and it is titled, Politicians Must Be Held Accountable. How many times have you heard the statement, Guyana is the fastest growing country in the region? But where is the evidence of this growth? It is certainly not felt by the average citizens of this country. And why is this? The answer is simple. Although Guyana continues to produce more oil, the citizens are not the ones benefiting from their God-given wealth because it is being shipped out by the millions of barrels by the oil companies owing to the oppressive lopsided contract that our government seems bent on defending to the determinant of the nation. But we, as Guyanese, must know our rights. We have the power to demand the change we wish to see. It is high time that more Guyanese stand up and hold these unconscionable politicians accountable. And with that, we've come to the end of your morning newscast for today, Sunday, July 31st, 2022. My name is Joshua Van Slypan. Thank you for joining us. Have a great remainder of your Sunday morning.